and try and pick things apart. Looking like we are straight into our pistol round. Fallen's actually been dropped a CZ. Quite interesting. We are just going to have the run straight up Banana. The nades, double nade in fact. Skadoodle gets himself an opening. Fallen is here. The CZ is doing damage, but the reload is what catches him. And now the rotation through middle will be coming in from the CT side as the flank is in.
Yeah, 2 players up through Banana. Coldzera kind of starts to wrap round through CT. Bomb hasn't gone down just yet. He's in danger of getting denied completely as Stewie's really putting thought into where this goes down. And finally the bomb plant comes in. Automatic, the star of the previous and the weakest link on train, looks to try and do damage here. He hears the players on Banana. Going to peek in a CT. Coldzera does reside there, but Automatic gets the better of him. And Automatic going to be with a second, nearly 3 through the smoke. Bolt's left 1v3, time's ticking away. And he's got to move swiftly here as it does tick down low. There's a kit for him to retrieve somewhere, but Automatic does paint him up with damage. 5 HP left on Bolts, and that is it. The round going to be going the way of Cloud9. I only just realized that the flag's the wrong way round.
Ooh, Brazilian Cloud9. Maybe it's for seeing the future.
Oh yeah, when SK drop their roster and they just flat out swap.
You never know.
I think sometimes you do.
Yeah, probably. Could you imagine Cloud9 not being like an NA team? Like if they were just like EU? I feel that'd be really weird.
I mean, yeah, it would. It's such an American organization. But Tom, you know, we could ponder things that won't happen for as long as we like. And just get us nowhere. But here's Cloud9 over on the T side. They're looking to go somewhere as they make their way up through alt mid and mid over here towards A. Fantastic transition, I know. One of my best. And they are all the way up here. Going to be checking short as Coldzera does reside there. Bolts has gone ahead and fallen back into Arch. They're going to be smoking off long. And that actually kind of helps as Bolts can actually push his way back in towards the site now. They've given him some cover to do that. But he's going to maintain this position. Kasifa has started to retreat more towards CT, and actually Bolt's going to go for the rotation. They're thinking this could be a fake. Perhaps a play into CT could come through from Cloud9, but as they smoke off Arch, no, that's just been guaranteed that that shouldn't be the case. The bomb does get dropped, but the trade comes in, and now Bolt's over in Library. Well, they say knowledge is power, and this man, he has to go ahead and do the damage from Library. He does drop the bomb, and it's at his feet. He'll take that all day long as the rotations come on in. And now it's Stewie and Automatic. 2 versus 3. 40 seconds left. Weapons have been picked up. UMP for Fur. Fallen snuck by, and Automatic didn't realize. Still is able to find it, and now it's all on fire. He sprays them both down with the UMP. And SK, they will be taking a round straight back. The force buy prevails, and it's going to go 1 for 1.
Yeah, that kill that was picked up by Bolts that just drops the bomb into the Library is pretty much what makes things impossible for Cloud9, trying to get that back. Well, we are going to see the investment back in from Cloud9 themselves, currently the Brazilians. They are going to go for the Deagles and the CZs once again. Means that the second time now that we've actually seen SK lose that initial pistol. In fact, I think they've lost both pistols in the last map, but managing to win the second round once again. And we are going to have a lot of presence over towards mid from the T side. Looking to try and get him, maybe sneak into that short position. They have a man up in apartments as well, and nobody over towards that B side of the map. Bolts is going to be tagged down. Nade going to be expended to try and do some damage. But he's got players pushing in and eventually will be overwhelmed. It's Coldzera to get one, but still the trades are effective. But the man in the pit is the one they have to try and deal with. Taco with that M4. The range is just not going to be there from this T side, and he will shut things down. Fallen there to support. SK, they managed to get themselves the second round on the board as well. And now Cloud9 have no choice but to save. They've matched how they did last time.
And yeah, I mean, now for Cloud9, they're just going to have to eco this round out. You have the one flash on Tarek. He's going to go up mid. The only issue is Taco's there. Luckily enough, Taco misses everything. So, and I mean all the sprays, not in general. As now 4 players wrapping into apartments, but it's not a home they're looking for. They want to go burst in towards this B bomb site. You have Tarek down in mid, they go waterfalling out, and Coldzera gets overwhelmed by the Glocks. Taco has to step up, dances around the pit, players at all sides. Taco still alive and kicking, shuts them down, and Taco once again survives by the skin of his teeth. 15 HP and a 4K. And if he'd gone down there, that bomb could have been planted. That would have been a massive cash injection for Cloud9. But they will have to go without.
Interestingly, we're actually, well, not going to see the AWP yet for Cloud9, but Coldzera will be picking one up to play towards this A site. Heavier stack over towards B, so a little bit of a switch up for SK Gaming. Thankfully now back as the Brazilians. Looking like they may just try and set up a little bit more over towards that B side of the map. Plenty of utility to play with, something that Cloud9 don't have a huge amount of. They've got some smokes, but they can't early nade just like that. Fallen and Fur tag team Stewie. Already a man disadvantage. Bomb is going to be rotated back around to gather up with the rest of Cloud9, who do look to be edging towards this A site, but now the third player will be back in the form of Bolt. Coldzera over towards this arch side again. We've seen in the past what he can do with this AWP, and already picks a second, a third as well for Cold. One more to go. 4 for Coldzera, shutting down Cloud9, and they will be back to rags as their riches have gone.
Cloud9, they're in the back seat on this one. It's going to be a good old-fashioned deco. Two flashes, deagles across the board. You love to see it. Let's see if these deags can work some magic. It's going to be the push-up mid. They're feeling confident. They've got the range on the deagles. The smoke goes down, and Stewie's automatically against the idea.
CT side. Similar strategy to the previous, just early aggression over towards that B side with 3 players, just in case there's a rush, and then Bolt is the support. Again, they don't have anybody over towards short side, but they seem fairly content just holding with this AWP, and Coldzera just getting these wonderful eco frags, one with the flames as well. Bomb already being dropped. And again, it turns into a sort of retrieval mission. Peek from Automatic can do work with this Deeg and takes down Bolts. A nice shot, at least for one, and the bomb will be retrieved, but he has it all to do here. Finds a second, at least, doing some damage. But it will be another round on the board for SK. 5-1 up.
And it's a strong start. Tarek, he's the man who's fallen silent right now for Cloud9. The buy comes in. They've got everything they possibly need. Coldzera has been a monster with this AWP over here towards long. Going to be doing the same default once again for SK. 3 players down towards Banana. Watching for that early rush, and as the smoke goes in, they can now go pushing down. But actually, Cloud9 going to try playing quickly over here towards A. Taco does get tagged. Just chipped down at 48 HP. But Cloud9, they've grinded to a halt. Flash goes out and automatically go barreling on in. The wall of smoke's now like to try and
He's got lost.
Some of these angles, but yeah, he got lost in the smokes. Does manage to find the first. He's not lost when he gets into the site. He couldn't be more at home. Taco's able to get 2. Nice spray transfer before the Flames do take care of him. Bolts is still alive. They're not ready for this. He's able to get 1. It all falls to Fur. 1v2. Smoke starts to fade and rush. He manages to find it. Cloud9, they take themselves a second round.
Yeah, now, again, there's going to be so much money for SK Gaming to buy back up with. In fact, now they're adding in that secondary orb, but, well, if anything, it's the primary. Fallen will be coming in with the AWP. Yet to see too much from him in this game. He's definitely a clinical player when it came to train. alongside the other AWPer in Cold Zero, who had an absolutely phenomenal performance. Either way, back to a much more standard setup. 3 players over towards A. A little bit of aggression coming out from Taco. He was punished quite significantly in the previous round, and we haven't actually seen many B pushes at all coming out from Cloud9. That's why I'm not surprised to see further dedication towards this A site. In fact, there's going to be 2 players over towards this short spot, and Bolts is boosted up. Skadoodle is millimeters away from being in his crosshair, and actually they're going to go jumping in. Bolts now knows there's multiple players there. He does so much damage, but doesn't manage to take away the kill. However, Taco will with the nade. Stewie, however, will actually take the kill over to the man on Banana. It does leave this B site open for just a moment. However, Fallen will be there rotating in before anything can be taken.
Yeah, look at this. Bolts and Cold Zero going to look to try and peek in. Bolts runs by, gets automatic attention, and then Cold Zero peeks in after. That's the bait and switch down to a T. And now Fallen, the lone defender inside of B. Has to batten down the hatches. Players rotating. He misses that quick flick. They're already up by coffins. Cold Zero is here as the 2 AWPers look to try and hold on to the site. Fallen creeps around. The bomb plant does come in. Taco's on the lengthy flank. Rush is set up to try and shut this down. He does spot him. Goes ahead and peels off. Fallen peeks out. Rushes down. Tarek and Stewie. They have to try and make this happen. Everyone from SK is here. The retake now starts to make its way in, and Fallen, he's the man to try and open up. Down goes Tarek. It's Stewie. 1v3, not meant to be. Defuse comes on in, and SK, they're going to find themselves a 6th round.
Yeah, unfortunately for Cloud9, there just wasn't the utility to sort of get rid of Fallen's position over towards that coffin spot, and just allowing him to continuously have repeaks meant that there was no real way that they were going to hold on to that site. And he plays it nice and patient as well. He makes sure that his teammates are covering off any other angles that he can die from. And now we're sort of left again in no man's land for Cloud9. They'll have enough money to buy into the next round anyway. But unfortunately, that means for this one, there's another chance for SK Gaming to make some early cash. Once more, second mid will be the spot that's attacked. It definitely seems like Cloud9 do favor going towards this A side of the map. Stewie does leave blind, and he was the lone man on this side of the map previously. Fallen, however, cancels his early rotation. Once again, they're looking to try and barrel out of this apartment spot, but it seems like SK are aware of what they're doing in these eco-round positions. They're going to have multiple players watching just to try and stop any chance of them getting out onto the site. Taco, once again, doing work from that spot, and Cold Zero padding those stats a little bit more. Nice shot from Stewie. However, it will only be 1 man lost. More money made. The dent that was done in the previous round has been reduced, but Cloud9 will at least have another buy.
I mean, the real problem here for Cloud9 is, I mean, automatic, he's still trying to bring his A game that we just saw from Overpass, but it's Tarek and it's Skadoodle. They've both been struggling. 2 kills between them. 10 rounds in to this first half. And SK, they haven't had to change a single thing. They're still playing the same default because it's working perfectly for them. 3 players over here towards B. That has very rarely been challenged. And now you can see Bolt starts to back away. He's actually going to stick around. They have the hunch that maybe C9 are going to try something here. Shot rains in, so there are 3 players over at B. Cloud9, wherever they go, it feels like they're running into a brick wall.
I think from SK's perspective, they're just thinking, surely eventually they've got to just go towards this B side. It really hasn't been many rounds whatsoever where we've seen Cloud9 actually hit B. So that's why we constantly see SK actually trying to bring in these stack plays with 3 players actually on the site. The fact is, though, it is going to be an A hit once again. They do have the lurker of Stewie, who's potentially going to try and sell this as a fake and hold some of the players in play, which he has done. And with just 50 seconds left, there's still only going to be 2 players over towards this A side of the map waiting. Cold Zero has multiple players, but Stewie's going to be the one to go down. The lurker is actually the first to die, and there just isn't a trade for Cold. He will be left on the site. 30 seconds now on the clock, and the rotation has come in. Fallen is looking to try and hold that cross. Automatic is aware of the possibility and will actually manage to avoid the cross, but the bomb will not. And that will be dropped instead, buying just that little bit more time. Only 20 seconds as Fallen finds another as they try to cross back. It doesn't matter what the players on short do from here on out. The time has gone, and instead it's a flawless round once again. You have to remember, there are only 2 players here for the majority of the round. However, one of them was Coldzera.
I love that. It's who was it who jumped across? I think it was
Automatic.
Yeah, Automatic. It's like you versus the guy who tells you not to worry about. Automatic gets across, and then Skadoodle just does it. Just lands right in the middle of the crosshair of Fallen. Not quite. His movement hasn't been on point, actually. There was the B-hops in quotation marks over at long and just then, but that could have been it for Cloud9. They go into the least stacked of the 2. It's Coldzera to open up a mid. Rotation comes in from Fallen. And from there on, it all just goes downhill. This time, Cloud9, their economy's been broken once again. They're over in mid. They're going to be trying to make their way through. Coldzera finds the first. That's the bomb drop. Rotations now coming from the rest of the team. Bolt holds close. The nade finds great damage. He's able to get himself 2. Taco comes in from behind. And this is a complete and utter shutdown. Rush, he's able to get one back in return. Coldzera catches him off, though. And SK, they're going to be moved around at number 9.
It's worth actually looking at how well Taco's actually doing in this game from the pit. I think in the previous map we actually sort of saw that definitely wasn't a decent showing from him. Cold as well with the aggression that he's had over towards the A side of the map. And then you look at the players currently playing B, like Fallen's actually only died 3 times because they just haven't hit towards this B side. It's all been about trying to beat Cold and Taco on A, and it hasn't worked. And again, we are going to see this 3-player stack over towards the B side. SK still just thinking, okay, eventually they have to go B. Eventually they have to take the site. Because even when they're doing this, they're still not able to take the A site. So they may as well go for these sort of gambles. Fallen will be posted up with the AWP. We haven't actually seen much banana aggression from SK. They haven't taken it with Molotovs. They haven't needed to because nobody's actually pushed this side of the map. This time, it seems like Cloud9 are finally breaking the trend with multiple players in this direction, and they will open up. Surely Fallen's going to get overwhelmed. Just about manages to get around the corner, and there's still a player hiding in dark as well, but Fallen takes a second kill. Almost just a little bit of a bait here from Bolts. They don't expect it at all, even starting to go for the bomb plant. He now pounces, but will lose his life to Skadoodle.
2-on-2. This is one of the best scenarios we've actually seen Cloud9 in some time. Taco's going for a lengthy flank. Rush is set up to try and shut him down. Every time Rush has done this, he's failed. And once again, he goes down on Banana. Now the pressure's on for Skadoodle. He's worked himself into a very tricky position. Coldzera currently resides down in CT. He has to win this duel with Taco, or else it's all over. He's got nowhere left to go. Time's ticking down low. Taco peeks on into this. Skadoodle's able to win it 1v2, and Coldzera's up close. Is going to go down. Coldzera lands it. The flash starts to wear off. He's going to go for the defuse.
Yeah, he's got
There's just enough time left. SK in with the 10th. And despite Skadoodle's best efforts, which is a bit of a good return to form from him, he's only on 1 frag. It was 2 in that round. I know it's not amazing, Tom, but it's baby steps and baby jumps from Skadoodle as he looks to try and return to form. We saw him look good on train, look great on overpass as well. But now, in map 3 on Inferno, he has started to fall behind.
Yeah, double orb setup will be brought in once again from SK Gaming. It has been deadly so far. I quite like the idea of just Bolts sitting in that corner. The 3rd player. That's a little bit of a surprise. And now we see a switch up once again coming out from SK Gaming. They've had enough of giving Banana control to this T side. Instead, they're going to look to take it away. Automatic, once again, going to go for this jump around the corner. This time, he doesn't get lost in the smoke, but he will meet his fate with Fallen. However, Rush has managed to trade, finally getting themselves an opening, but the rotation has already come in. Coldzera catches one, and Fallen jumping through the air gets rid of Skadoodle as well. Left with just Stewie left, and while he is not there for long, Coldzera closes the round 11-2. Once again, Cold 19-6 in the server. Taco 16-7, Fallen 12-5. It has been a masterclass from these 3 players, and it's safe to say, he may be bottom of the board at the moment, but it's not through lack of trying. He pushes all the way down the bottom of Banana that round, doesn't see anybody. He's only died 4 times.
It's a masterclass in Inferno right now from SK. We've seen Cloud9 beat them on it. I think like the last few times they played, Cloud9 have actually looked really good on this map, but this time it's no success. Fer is going to go down. Fallen's here, and he's looked fantastic. Fallen goes back for more and will be shut down.
Look at the HP.
But the rotations have come in. It's Skadoodle and Rush to try and make it happen. Bolts gets flashed through. 1 and 2. Bolts finds them both. And SK, they're showing no mercy. 12-2, Cloud9. They're left begging for a chance to try and find something, anything to get them around. And it just doesn't happen. Now they're out of money, Tom. It seems like everything is stacked against them here.
I'm just looking at this. Is this anything you can do, we can do too sort of scenario where they get beat 16-2 and now they're looking to try and do it right back to Cloud9 just a little bit later in the tournament. When it comes down to it, this is what you look at. It's that grand final that matters. They can beat them in a best of 1 on this map, but SK looking to try and close this best of 3. It's going to be a buy, of course. Bolt's already finding 1, and Fer this time it's going to be going aggressive, and Stewie will catch him off. However, the trade from Fallen is there within a second. He's going to actually fake them out with a smoke as well, thinking that they've got control. Bolts has found another kill, but Fallen just playing with the hearts of Cloud9 at the moment. Only Skadoodle left. Is he going to take the final kill? Of course he is. It's been an AWP show for the remainder of that half, with Fallen and coldzera both topping the board. And you have to remember, Fallen, I think it was only a couple of rounds ago, had, what, like 8 kills? He just went absolutely ham towards the end.
He's been a monster, an absolute monster, Tom. And I mean, the only kind of safe thing for Cloud9 is at least maybe you get a break from just that terror, you know, the AWPing prowess that was SK in this map, because, you know, double AWP T side, I mean, they'd be breaking some rules.
Well, to be fair, if they lose this pistol, they are going to have a break fairly soon because they will be out of the map.
But it all comes down to this pistol round ready for Cloud9. They have to win this. There is no doubt about it. If they want to begin that long and perilous road to the comeback, they've already beat SK on this map once at this event, 16-2. And now SK look to do the full reversal. Taco and the rest of the gang over in apps, slowly but surely creeping on in towards this A-bomb site. And Rush and Skadoodle lie in wait. You have got Tarek and CT for a fast rotation, but it's got to be very fast as Skadoodle goes down. Rush tries to do what he can. So many players coming his way, dancing round the pillar. Rush takes a second, and he's bought precious time. Automatic and Stewie, they're going to get hunted by Fallen, and he's so confident right now. Automatic 1v3. He was the star in the last map, and he's got to do it once again. He's able to get the first. Makes his way back in. Still has Taco and Bolts left to find. Automatic, all the pressure's on now. This decides the fate of Cloud9 in this matchup. Smoke starts to fade. Bolts peeks up. He knows where he is. Taco's also up in Graveyard. They're prepared for this perfectly. And Automatic has so many angles left to clear. Starts to sneak on in, and Taco and Bolts shut him down. SK, they're going to get round number 14. They're going to win out the pistol. And now for Cloud9, their only chance is this force buy.
Yeah, it's force or fail. They've got a horrible scenario here where we may not get to see the CT side of Cloud9 because they've got to win this force buy. Otherwise, the map is done. And even then, they have a perilous road ahead of them. Just going to be mostly CZ. Stewie will go for the Deeg. A couple of smokes as well, which may buy them a little bit of extra time. Nade already going to be avoided over towards that banana spot. There is one straight back for Bolts as well, which is just going to dunk onto Stewie. He even hits him with it, in fact. Do still have to be careful, though. 3 players currently on banana. Automatic is going to avoid the flash as well. They're going to be waiting up close, and he does manage to take one. That's an AK-47 onto the floor. Taco just waits around the corner, but the AK's been stolen, and Automatic looks to go aggressive. However, he shall fall.
Yeah, he's going to get shut down. That man advantage will be reset. 4-on-4. They're going to be able to go back and get the AK. And SK, I mean, they have been brought to a standstill. coldzera is about to get caught out here, but he just gets around the corner in time. Skadoodle's been spotted. Tarek is over here as well, and he peeks out, gets the trade, keeps things in favor of Cloud9. They're not out of this one just yet. But for SK, they've looked in control of this whole map. They might not be allowed to let this fall apart now. Taco's grabbed himself a Galil over in mid. 30 seconds left on the clock. Rotation starting to trickle in from B. It's Stewie with that AK. Waiting in CT spawn. Smoke goes over. Gonna look to land over at Library. Fallen is going to have to push through it. Tarek waits in pit, and with only 15 seconds, he could look to deny this bomb plant. Stewie's going to be hot on their heels as well as he makes his way in from Arch. Bomb goes down. And now they don't know that Tarek's in the pit. That could be massive. Flash goes high. Taco's up in apartments. Slowly but surely, Cloud9 make their way in. Taco gets caught. It's all on. Fallen Rush finds it. And Cloud9, they live to fight another day.
Yeah, they have given themselves that small lifeline. Bomb going down will put a little bit of extra money in SK's pockets, but I do wonder if they will just opt to save. They've got so many rounds to play with. It can be an argument for both cases here where, okay, we could risk it because we got so many to play with, or we could just save because we'll have a buy into the next round anyway. Could even have an AWP if Taco doesn't invest too much into this one. And okay, sure, they'll be giving Cloud9 more of a chance to actually build up some cash, but no, they are actually going to go for it. AK-47, CZs on every other player. Decent amount of utility as well. So SK not going to give a respite to Cloud9. But it could also give a chance for Cloud9 to actually build up a little bit more economy if they can close down this force.
Yeah, they're in with a shot. But SK, they've been so good in these 4 spy rounds, Tom. Cloud9, they might have been able to find one previous. But that pressure has not eased off, and it will not ease off for some time. You've left yourself with very little room for error here.
No wiggle room.
No wiggle room. Taco has the AK. He's over in apartments. The rest of the guys for SK currently grouped up towards the bottom of mid. Dancing with this idea that they might want to try head up towards Banana, but as the bomb changes its bearings over here towards the top of mid, I think they have made up their mind. Lining up the few smokes and flashes that they have. 3 smokes. That's all they've got to try and divide this site. They now go in. Rush throws out the Incendiary. That delays this push in from balcony, and that has bought them precious time. This split will get delayed, and with how little utility SK had, that is very important. First slip behind a CT. Skadoodle doesn't anticipate the repeat, though, and Tarek's gone down. How's this happening? Rush is left 1v5 inside of the site. He's hiding in the smoke, and it's all on Rush. He falls to coldzera, and this round is going to be going the way of SK. It's automatic and Stewie left to try and clutch this out, but they are not going to be leaving B. They have to look to try and save Tom. And SK, they're going to go ahead and arrive at match point here on Inferno.
Yeah, at least they'll get a little bit of extra weaponry, although we will see the hunt coming on. Automatic's been spotted as well. For the pistol players, it really isn't that much of a loss to try and get rid of one of these weapons and put Cloud9 in an even more turmoil situation. Stewie and Automatic, you'd hope that they'd be able to save their weaponry from here on out, although there is a little bit of a sneaky push coming in from Bolts. However, he isn't going to find his opponent. Map series and WSG America point, of course. 20,000 for the winner of this.
Love that cinematic shot. But yeah, no, Tom. Yeah, they do get that extra 10 grand bonus cash injection. Most importantly, a place higher up when it comes to the seeding, which can actually be detrimental, and it was to a lot of the teams last WSG. And that grand final slot that they will be the grand finals and the slot that it then gets them is for a chance to win 800,000. The nades go in, and Taco is going to eat them up. Bolts gets found by Stewie. That's a 2-man advantage taking. Cloud9, they've come in swinging with the few weapons they carried forward. Now, 2 weapons down at the bottom of Banana. You can see that they've pushed down. They're going to look to try and pick them up. SK, there might be two men down, but don't count them out just yet, Tom. They've been fantastic in these sorts of scenarios, when you look at Cloud9, they don't have that much firepower behind them. They've expelled all their utility with the exception of these flashbangs. The smokes are now starting to dissipate that they had down. Flash goes in, Rush peeks into it, but Fur's able to find the frag, does manage to get away on 16 HP, but automatic, aggressive out from Banana, has support from Stewie. Now they're pushing towards A, looks to come through. They know that there's men in the back line, but it's Fur left, 16 HP, the bomb's out on the balcony. And Tarek's able to finish things off. Cloud9, they don't want this to be over just yet.
Yeah, once again, money now becomes a problem for SK Gaming. They are going to opt to force themselves up. CZ's on every single player, excluding Fur, of course. Oh, no, never mind. Taco, of course, has his Tech 9. How could I forget? Waiting to see him really have like a standout round with the Tech 9. I want to see him dominate with it. May be holding my breath for that one, but either way. Fur going to go a little bit further aggressive. He needs to make a big play in this round if they are going to steal it here and now. And it's going to be the run straight through. coldzera does a decent amount of damage, but Skadoodle will spray down two. Rush with another. Both players low, but surely there's no hope in this round now. Fur in a 1v5, at least hits the first headshot, looks for the second, but Tarek is going to deny, and Cloud9 continue their comeback and even reset SK down to nothing. No money in this round, a chance to farm up a little bit of extra cash and make sure that Cloud9 have everything they need to try and streak the next 10 rounds together.
Yeah, I mean, we speak about, the difference in prize money. We speak about the seeding, but the other thing that's at stake here is that sense of pride. I mean, these teams they faced at the major, it was Cloud9 who knocked out SK. They didn't have their full roster there. And now they're rematching once again. They're looking to try and take the fight to them. Well, and prove, were it different, maybe things could have been very different at that major.
Well, it's worth noting as well that SK did come out and say that this was their focus.
Yeah.
So let's see.
And yeah, exactly. And well, coldzera is going to go ahead and be the first man to fall. Tarek, just destruction down in middle, up against these unarmored players. Not going to get too excited about it, as this is a round they should be winning. The Bolts is left 1v5, and if they can go flawless, that's fantastic. Allows them to build up that much more money. Not that they have to worry about whether or not they force buy, as every round now to the end of the game is a buy from Cloud9. And yeah, there's a great sense of pride. That's the thing I love about WSG. You have region against region in the end. You have country versus country. And you just love to see it, Tom.
And a bit of national pride.
Exactly.
And that's one thing that I think both these nations can say that they have.
Yeah, very, very passionate.
I think that arena almost had its roof torn off when these two played against each other. The Brazilian fans versus the American fans. And it was a pretty damn good series, as is this. Either way, AK's back in play, up on Skadoodle. A similar sort of strategy we saw early in the round, over towards that B side of the map, but the rotation will be back from automatic. But mid control is going to be taken. CT side without too much information, and Bolt's actually just going to be lurking just in case there is further aggression. We have seen pushes down Banana from Cloud9. Not in this round at least. And it will actually be rushed to start things off. First kill goes his way. No trade available with a minute left on the clock. It will be the man advantage going to Cloud9. They have used a lot of utility, but the same can be said for the T's. They've actually only got a single smoke and a Molotov. It's not going to be easy for them to get out onto this site. And a mistake may have to be made, but that might have been it. Automatic goes down now to Fallen. A little bit over-aggressive into middle. Third man has rotated once again over towards this A site, but there's hesitation from Stewie. And that could be their downfall, as now the remaining players of SK do look to set up over towards this A site, and there's only going to be two men here to stop them.
Yeah, that's Tarek and Rush. They start to creep on in. Rotations are a long way out, and Tarek's going to fall at the first hurdle. Now it's Rush in the pit. He's got to try and make some noise, and coldzera gets rid of him. Stewie and Skadoodle, they're all that remain for Cloud9 here. 2 versus 3. Man advantage in favor of SK, and the bomb down. coldzera, he waits in the pit. Stewie Spots out Fallen. Has Skadoodle there to keep an eye on Pit, but Cold Zera silences the first. It's Skadoodle, 1v2. He's been quiet on Inferno, and now he has to try and step up. Fallen peeks out, spots him. Skadoodle looks to get overwhelmed, and Bolts is there to trade. SK Gaming, they take it on Inferno.